Okay. So in the part of the configuration, the first step is okay material type configuration. So you might be aware about this one material type, how we will be creating the material type. Okay. So I'm just explaining about it, how to create the material type, how it will be controlling that, where we are using this material type. Okay. So we'll discuss that in this process today. Okay. So before this going to this material type creation, okay, do you know that how material types will be controlled to the material master? Where we are using this material type? Where we are using this material type? Do you know that material type where we are created, where we are used this one?
Yes, at the time of creating material master, we use this.
Yes, exactly. So at the time of material master creation, material master record creation, we are using this material type. Okay. So let's understand it. Why it is very important the material type and how this material type will be controlling to the material master record. So this is a very important interview point of question. So how material types will be controlling to the material master record. Okay, the first step is when you're planning to create a material master record, when you selected the material type, based on the material type, the system will be designing that the number range. It is proposing the number range. Okay, either the system will propose the internal number range or it might be external number range. Okay, so whether we should go for the internal number range or external number range. Okay, so if you remember that when we creating the MM01 material master record, the system will be asking that, okay, can you enter this material number manually, or the system proposing that one number, right? So how it is like, so when you selected the internal number range means the system will be giving that the number series sequentially. If suppose I defined raw materials, if I define a raw material which starts with 1 life and to 1999, suppose this is the my number range, then the system first it will be create the number starts from this. Okay, so it will be start with this one, then it will be create next number, then it will be create next number. Okay, like it will be create that sequentially the numbers will be created based on the internal number range. Okay, in case if we are giving the external number range, okay, when you are giving the external number range, then system it is asking to you to enter the number. Maybe you can enter that A1, or maybe you can enter first you can enter this number, or maybe you can after that you can enter this 5 number, or after that you can enter this number 20. It's your choice, you can enter that what number you are planning to create. So external number range means you have to be entered that manual number range, and
So
the
only
internal.
numbers we can enter, or I guess we can enter alphabets also. No? Sugar can we have created.
If you define the alphanumeric, and if you define as an external number range, then you can use. Okay,
Okay.
it's up to what number range you defined. Okay, clear. So that is the one control. So based on the material type, the system will be creating the material master record number. Clear. That is the
Yes.
first number. And the second one is number range, which number range you want to be defined. Okay, so the series you can define like 1 series, 2 series, 3 series, 4 series, 5 series, like you can define the what number range you want to be define. You can your own style of the number range you can define, which is open. Okay, then the third one, okay, departments or views. Okay, so if you see that raw material only required only purchasing, accounting data, plan data, storage data, right? And we don't need the sales data. Why we don't need sales data? Because this raw material we are not selling to the customer. It is only for the in-house production purpose we are using. Correct? So the raw materials when we are using for the internal purpose, we don't need to do any sales data. Okay, so in that case I'm just telling to the system, okay, this type of the material type we don't need these views. That means if I'm creating raw material master record, then we don't need a sales data. So I can control the views which is required. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Okay, this is the next control. The fourth control is,
So
okay,
when we are selecting that column, I mean, when creating the material, we are selecting these views for
yeah, correct,
purchases, for data, general data, these
correct.
things.
General data, purchasing data, sales data, MRP data,
Yeah. Yes.
accounting data. Okay, all these data will be controlling based on the material type configuration. Okay,
Yes.
some material types will not display sales data. Some material types it will be display sales data. Okay,
Yes.
okay, this is the next control. Then valuation class. If you see that, okay, when I'm creating the different type of the metal master card, the system will be displaying that multiple ways of the valuation classes. That means if I'm creating raw material, then it is showing that tree series. Okay, 3001, 3002, 3003, like that. If I created the finish codes, then it is showing that 7900, 7920, like that it is displaying. So different valuation classes will be displaying. How it will be displaying? Based on the account category reference. So this is the mediator. Account category reference is the mediator of references. Okay, it will be configured in the configuration what valuation classes should be displayed for the material type. Okay, so the material type is assigned to the account category reference. That account category reference have the multiple valuation classes. So that we can define. So it is again indirectly the material type is connected to valuation class. Okay. So this configuration will discuss in the account determination process. Okay. But just try to understand that. I'll show you where how it is like. Okay. This is the one control. Okay. Then the next question, this one is procurement type. Procurement type. Okay, so it is a in-house production or it is a external procurement. Because if I have the raw materials, I'm buying from the outside. Okay, if it is a finished goods, then I will be manufacturing myself. I'm not buying from outside. So how the system will be understood that these materials we are buying from outside, these materials we are doing the in-house production. Okay, based on the procurement type. So the procurement type is designed at the material type level. These material types should be, when you created the material master record for this type of the materials types, okay, those are only in-house production related, not external procurement. So that the system will not be allowed to, okay, these are the materials not in-house production, so you cannot manufacture this product. Okay, these are the materials you cannot buy from outside because these are not external procurement material. Okay, so that control will be like procurement type. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, the sixth control is quantity and value update. If you remember that we discussed this quantity update and value update last time when we are checking that pivot creation, the system is asking that account assignment category is mandatory. So when I'm just validated that material type is not activated to quantity update and value update in the material type level. What is the meaning of that? Okay, if you updated the quantity update, that means these are the stock materials. If you updated the value materials, then it is a validated material. If you are not updated, then those stocks are not will go to inventory or the value will not be updated to financial level, right? So quantity update and value update at material type level is mandatory. Okay. So if it is non-stock material, then you don't need to be update the quantity update. Okay, if it is non-valuable material, then you don't need to be update value update. But if it is a stock material, inventory material, and it is a valuable material, then you must be update the quantity update and value update at material type level. Clear? Clear?
Yes.
So this is we discussed the time of pipeline. If you see that pipeline level also, okay, those are non-stock materials, right?
Yes.
We didn't selected quantity update, right? Clear?
Yes.
Any, did you remember that?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Then so let's go to the system, how it will be works like. Okay. Okay. So the configuration, the material type where we will create OMS2 transaction code. The T code is OMS2. Okay. If you want to go with material type creation, you can go to OMS2, or you can go to SPRO. Okay. Then SAP reference IMG. Then you go to logistical general. Then material master. Then you can see here, these are all material master related configuration. So you can go to all these things. Okay. So you can go to basic data, then you can go to material type. You can see define attributes of material type. So this is the configuration for creation of material master. You can see that this is the configuration. Okay. So if you selected OMS2 also, it will go directly. If I go /OMS2, then it will be go directly the material type creation. Okay, so I already opened the screen, so it is showing display. So this is the screen. You can see that both are same. So you can use the OMS2 transaction mode. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's go to the material type. One material type. I'll just go to ROH, raw material. Okay. Then select this one and go to details. Okay. Then you can see that here the controls here. Okay. The first control. What is the first control? Number range.
Number range.
Number range. So if you see that number ranges, okay, there is a checkbox is the external number assignment without check. If you selected this one, okay, the system will be allowing to you can enter the external number range. Okay, and other than this one, okay, we have the transaction code to maintain the number range MMNR, material type number range. Material type number range, if you want to define, you can go to MMNR transaction code, or you can go here also. You can go back. Okay, you can see that define number ranges for each material type. You can see here in the down. Clear?
Yes.
So you can see this is the transaction code of MMNR. Okay. Okay. So this is the MMNR. You can see here the overview. The overview you can see that the number ranges, the material type number range. So each material type having the what number range it is there. Okay. You can see that all number ranges, it is whatever it is displayed from and to number range. If suppose if you want to create a new number range, then go to groups, change groups. Okay. Then create your own group. Whatever the group you want to be create, you can create the group. Okay. Just create a group. Suppose I just want planning that number range, or maybe you can put like TC material number range, or maybe you can put like FT material. Okay, you can create your own group. Then you can assign that what number ranges it is free number ranges. You can take from free number ranges and you can select. So these are the free number ranges. You can take it. Okay, you just select that number range. Okay, then you can copy that. Just select that and select that. Clear? You can create. You can take this. In case if you want to use as an external number range, then you have to be select this one checkbox. While you creating itself, if suppose I'm just clicking on the insert button, then you can the second one already you define as an internal number range, you can define external number range also. Okay,
Yes. So
clear?
if we create material in this, so we can use both external and internal
You can
range.
use both. You can use both.
Okay.
Okay, if you have defined only internal number range, then you can use only internal. Okay, or if you selected external, only external you can use. Okay,
What if we have created so number of materials and the number range finishes new number range?
sorry.
What if when the number ranges finishes? I mean, we have created the
Okay, you can extend that. You
yeah,
have to be extend that number ranges. Okay,
okay,
you can
okay,
define your new number range interval and you can assign to them.
okay.
Okay, because already numbers are exceeded, right? You can go with the new
Yeah.
numbers.
Yes.
Okay, so then I'll just create this one. Okay, so this is the dx. Okay, you can just remember the group ID and you can see that group name also. Okay, so then what you need to do, select that what number range, um, what material type you want to be assigned. Okay, so just find that. Okay, what material type, suppose let's say FERT, finished goods. Okay, I'm just selecting that. Okay, this is the FERT. So earlier it is, where it is there FERT, earlier it is there in the BT group. Okay, group for text for FERT. Now what I'm planning to do, I'm just planning to assign this FERT to my own element group. I have one element group. Just click on the element group and select that. Where is the DX?
So TATC is our group.
DX is the TATC
Yes.
FG group. Okay, this is the my group. Okay, select that. Then the FERT which is moving to the DX group. So where is that? Again, search that. Find FERT. Then you can see that this FERT is assigned to DX. Okay, this is the my group. Okay, clear? This
Both
is the
you
my
are
group.
DX and FERT?
Sorry,
No, I didn't understand this DX and FERT both how you have selected and this copied or moved.
I just moved.
Okay.
Just I selected this one. The
Okay.
material type, I selected and click on the element group. That element group have the my number range groups.
Yes. Yeah, got it,
This is
got it.
my, okay. I selected it. So this group having that this interval, DX interval.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So save this one. Then you can go back. Now you can see overview. Check that FERT whether it is having the my number ranges or different number ranges.
So
So
that
find
finish,
that FERT.
yeah, that finished good will not be available in BX, which was earlier group.
Yeah, it will not be. Okay, it
Okay.
is moved. Okay, so then if I just go to FERT, then it is assigned to my Tata TATC FG material group. This is the my
Yes.
number range. Okay, so this is the way you can define your own number range, and whether it is external number range, internal number range also you can define. If it is external and internal number range, okay, then there is a X box will come. This is external number range. Okay, wherever there is X is there, that is external number range. Wherever there is no X is there, that is an internal number range. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Okay, 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So any questions on the number range?
No.
Okay, so please practice this one. Okay, so this is the one configuration, the number range, how it will come. Okay, the next one. Now the number ranges are assigned. Now we will go back. Okay, now I will be going back to the material type again, OMS2. Then I'll be go to my material type. If I'm just going to FERT, okay, this is the FERT which I'm planning to define my own configuration. Okay, so now the material, if you see that here, the views are there, user departments. You can see here user departments. So you just need to be find out that which user departments are required. In case of this FERT material, a finished goods material, if you are planning to buy from the outside, then you must be select this purchasing data. If you are not buying from outside, then you don't need to be select. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll just go to MM01. Okay, I'll just go to MM01. Then I'll just go to select the material type FERT. Okay, then just select something. Okay, then if you can see here, the basic data is there, classification is there, sales data is there, MRP data is there, production, general plant, warehouse, everything it is there, but purchasing data is
Purchase
not,
is not there.
because I'm not selected that. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the user department. So the next control by user department, that is one. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll go to the procurement type first. Okay, the procurement type. If you see here, there is the external purchase order and internal purchase order. Okay, so if you selected the external purchase orders should be allowed. So there is options are there 0, 1, 2. If you allowed, if you selected the allowed, that means the system will be allowing to the create the purchase orders. Okay, so with this material type, so system will be allowing to the purchase order. Okay, so in this case, if you see that I'm not planning to do any purchasing, then I don't need a two. I can go no external purchase orders to be allowed because I'm not buying product. Okay, okay, if I'm creating the purchase order, then only the external purchase orders should be allowed. Then I can put 0, right? So if I selected the internal purchase orders, that means in-house production. Okay, that means production orders creation. Then you must be selected 2. If I selected 2, then with this material type, whatever the materials we are using, that materials can be created production orders. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So in case if it is ulta, suppose here 2 it is there and here it is 0 is there. What is the meaning of that?
An external purchase order is allowed, internal.
So the purchase orders can be created, but production orders cannot be created.
Yes.
Cost order support. Okay. So this is the material type. So finished goods, then I need to be allow only in-house production. So this is the next control. Clear?
Yes.
Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay.
So for raw material also we can do that, because raw material external purchase will be on and internal purchase will be off for raw
Off.
material.
Exactly. So 2, 0 will come. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the procurement type. So the next one, the quantity and value update. If you see that this material types, okay, we are using multiple plants. Suppose I'm using this plant for manufacturing plant, and I'm using this in the depot plants. Okay, if suppose raw material it is there, so raw materials we are not using in the depot plants, right? We are using only in the manufacturing plant. In that case, you can say that okay, in the manufacturing plant only this quantity update and value update will be there. Then, so tomorrow the users if trying to create the purchase orders for the other depot plan, then system will not be allowed, right? So system will not be show you that okay, boss, you this is the not updated quantity update and value update is not there in your plan, so you cannot do. So that control you can do here quantity and value update. So the plant level, that means valuation area and plant both are same. So the valuation area level, okay, you can select that quantity update and value update. Okay, if suppose I have the plan, suppose if I have the plan 1000 is the manufacturing plan. Okay, then 0001 is the depot plan, that means storage purpose. Okay, or it is a finished goods purpose or sales purpose. Then 000 also it is a depot plan. Okay, transport plan something. Then in this case, in the manufacturing plant only we are using the raw materials. We are not using in the other plants, right? So I just put that here quantity update and value update. Okay, then I will not make anything in the other plants, so that they cannot able to create the other plants the purchase orders. We can use only for 1000 plants this material, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I can put like, so where is my 1000 plant that I can put that okay, this is quantity update and value update is required.
So this valuation area basically plant number.
Valuation area is the plant level. So this is the we discussed initially, if you remember that. Okay, we have an example like the goods we are buying in the Mumbai and the goods we are buying in the Hyderabad, both are the not same, because the living style and the cost of the labor and transportation, everything it will be different. So plant to plant, the cost will be different. So in that case, you will be defining valuation area at plant level.
Yes.
So we discussed it initially in the one of the process steps we are defined. Valuation area at the plant level or company code level. If I define the company code level, what will be happen? Entire
Prices
India,
will be same at entire
okay,
entire company code
global,
level.
entire global
All,
level, it is the same.
yeah. So
Right?
all plants pay same things. I
Same
mean,
thing. So it will be impacted, right? So that's what we are defining valuation area at plant level. Okay, clear?
yes. Yes.
So at the plant level, you can activate this one. If you are not activated, then the system, if you remember the 2 days back, we got error when I'm creating to the purchase order. So the
Yes.
system is not allowing. It is asking that account assignment category is mandatory
Yes.
because we not selected the quantity update because it's not a value, it's not a stock material. Okay, if you select it, then system will be understand that okay, these kind of materials are stock material. Okay, so when you creating the material type, you must be check that whether you need to go with the quantity update or value update. So based on this one only, the non-stock materials, non-valued materials will be on. Okay, so there is a non-stock or non-valuated, okay, valuated and stock materials, inventory value. Okay, clear? So non-stock materials, you should always use the account estimate category because these are not stored materials. We cannot keep it in our store location. Okay, and
Pipe.
non-valid materials, no accounting interest will be updated. It's like a free items. No stock. Sorry, it's kind of that value zero. Goods are value zero.
For example, samples we are
Uh,
asked.
Samples you will get to value, right? If the materials are valuated materials, then stock will be updated. Stock value will be updated. But
Okay.
these are the materials which is like a no value.
Mm.
Suppose there is a tissue paper or pencils. Some companies, what will be happen? The whatever the accessories like small accessories like
Mm.
okay, those accessories they don't want to be use any GL account because these are the point 0.1 paisa, point 0.2 paisa like 50 paisa, 100 paisa. So they have the turnover like crores of turnover. They don't want to be spend more time on the 50 paisa, 20 paisa, 30 paisa, or maybe for 20 rupees, 30 rupees, 40 rupees, right? So in that case, they can mention that non-valid materials and that those accessories they will be saying that it is non-valid materials. Like tissue paper sheet they are using, or they might be using for the soaps or pencils, pens. Okay, those kind of the all these products they can consider it non-validated. It depends again. It depends on the company. If they want to be go with the non-validated, then those are the will not be counted in the accounting. Okay,
Yes.
clear? So those are they can go with the non-validated. Small, it is like small, less price. It is like 0.1 paisa, 2 paisa, 3 paisa. Okay, those are clear.
Yes.
Because if I have the 20 crores of the business regularly I'm running, if I'm just looking into the 100 rupees of the GL account, then
It's a time
too much
consuming.
time consumed, right? So
Yes.
financial, so they will not be considered sometimes. Okay, so those are the two they can consider non-validated. So in that case, you don't need to select. Okay, clear?
And the pipe mandate.
Pipeline, you are using pipeline mandate, right? The pipeline procedure. We are
Okay.
already okay. That is a pipeline mandate. Clear?
Yes.
So so this is the quantity update and value update. So any questions till here?
Yeah. While extending material, like for sales department, we are extending.
Mm.
In that case, these are the things. I mean, material master record. We have to check whether they are allowed or not, right?
Correct. Because sales views, if you are planning to extend the sales views, okay, so whether this material should be allowed for the sales or not, you must be checked that.
Yes. Or it is a specific plant specific. If it is allowed
Correct.
or not, that also we have to check.
No, material, this material type is common. Okay, only quantity update, value update only values plant level. Okay,
Uh-huh.
but
Okay.
it is common for every plant. Okay,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
okay, okay then. Then other than this one, there is one more which is like price control. If you remember that we discussed this standard and moving average. So many times we discussed that.
Yes. Yes.
So how it will be impacted standard price, how it will be impacted moving average price. If I have the standard price, okay, then the system default it will be take standard price always, even if you are buying the product with more cost, right? So suppose I just define in the metal master record standard, the price is 100 rupees. Okay, then if I'm buying the product from the vendor 1000, okay, with the cost of 110 rupees per piece. Okay, then when inventory stock is updated, then means when I'm receiving the stock, the inventory stock will be updated with 100 rupees only, not with 110 rupees. Then
Yes.
10 rupees it is loss, right? It will go in the price difference account. So that's what. So when we are buying the external procurement material, okay, when we are doing the external procured materials, okay, those are always suggestible like moving average B. Okay,
Hmm.
but because we are buying the product from the multiple vendors, so multiple vendors have the multiple prices, different prices. I cannot fix the price because it's not constant price, right? If I'm doing the in-house production, so I am the decision maker in the in-house production. I am the manufacturer, so I am the decision maker of the in-house production. The product cost I can decide after profit everything I just added. I can say that okay, this is the constant value. So when there is in-house production related materials, you can use the price control S, and when it is external procurement material, then you can use the moving average price V. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So the impact you already know because you are getting every time price difference accounts and all right. The price difference account which is going the separate amount. Okay. So it is suggestible. SAP is suggesting that if you are buying the product from outside, please go ahead with the moving average. Or else, if you're not selected a moving average, then every time the difference will come into the price difference. Okay.
But if the price is fixed, then can we go with the fixed price?
Sorry.
If a contract in place
Mm.
for a longer duration, can we go with a fixed price then than standard price?
But again, multiple vendors you are buying, right? Next year, if you are buying with its
Yeah.
different supplier, then it's different price. Right?
Okay. Got
Okay.
it.
If you are not, if you are lifelong, if you are going with the same contract, you can go with it. No problem. Okay.
Okay.
But
Got
it
it.
is not the case, right? Tomorrow, if they do, if the supplier is not supplying properly, then you obviously will be go for the other supplier,
Yes.
right? If it is
Yes.
it is a production, then I can issue that my production it is. So I can use the multiple resources and I can complete that. Right. I will not buy from outside. Okay.
Right.
Okay. So that is what. So price control, which material type? Like okay, if it is FER, TR, SC, so that material type, which material type you are want to go with moving average and the standard price,
Okay.
that you can define here. Okay. And if you want to be put like price control mandatory, then in future they cannot change this in the metal master record. If you are not selected, then might be you can select system is default, it is giving the standard price, but still if you want to be changed to moving average, you can change in the metal master record for the new materials. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So if you want to be, I'll show you the example. If I go to MM02, okay, okay, the material which is not created, I will just go with MM01. Okay, I'm just creating the one material which I'm going to accounting data. I just go to here. Okay. So I still can, it is default, it is showing standard price, but still I can select the moving average. Standard price or moving average because it is a edit option. I have the edit option.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. If I just selected that this quantity update price control mandatory, okay, then I'm selected this one. Okay. Then if I go again back to MM01, okay, then select the view. If I go to accounting data, then what will happen? It is a grayed out. You cannot
It,
change.
yes. We cannot select it.
You cannot select it. It is defaultly standard only. Okay. So that is the control here.
Got it.
Okay. Okay. So this is the one which is like okay. Then come to now. Okay. Now the last one which is like a valuation class. Okay. So other than that we have that you can field selection control. This is the one of the important. Okay. So there is one more which is like field selection control. Okay. So field selection control is nothing but like a if suppose there is a FERT material in there, finished goods. Okay. This FERT we are selling to customer. Okay. We are selling to customer. When we are selling to the customer, they say that they need gross weight and the net weight must be calculated in the sales order. Okay, if it is a raw material, okay, I'm just purchasing from the vendor. Okay, I don't need to be maintain any gross weight net weight because it is different vendors we are getting. So maybe they have the different gross weights net weight based on the uh, their package maybe. So you know, right, what is the difference gross weight and net weight, right? With
Yes.
including package, without including the package, right? Somewhere how it will be like, there will be like dark packing. Okay, maybe thickness is more, then maybe the gross weight will be less, right? So the gross weight and net weight, so it is the different here. So in this case, I don't need to be select that. I don't need to maintain. Okay, but in the when I'm just selling to the customer, I need to be maintain this gross weight net weight mandatory. Okay, so this is the mandatory and this is not mandatory. Okay, so how system knows about that when I'm selecting the material master record? I'm just creating the material master record. How the system knows that these are the fields are very important, these are the fields are not important? Because if I created this FERT, if I go to plan data storage one, okay, I don't need to be maintain the shelf life, or if I want to be maintain the shelf life, the time period, storage conditions. So how we know that those type of materials? So again, that is a field selection control. So it will be work based on the field selection reference. Okay, this is will be work based on the field reference. Okay, so the field reference controlling that whether the field, whatever the field it is there. Okay, field is mandatory, optional, or hide. Okay, so optional, mandatory, hide. Okay, or display. You can put like display as well. Okay, so what is the meaning of that? Mandatory means you must be enter the data when you're creating the metal master card. Suppose I'm just creating the metal master card. If I am not enter the metal group, the system will not be accept to create a metal master because it's a mandatory field. Okay, if I suppose I have the division, if I am not enter division also, it will be accept to create a metal master card because it's optional entry. Okay, so if you see that there is a, when you creating the material, okay, if when you creating the material, you can see that there is just some check boxes are there. See here, the base unit of measure, there is a checkbox it is there. Okay, the description, there is a checkbox is there. If you see other options, there is no checkboxes. Okay, the tick marks. Okay, the tick marks. So wherever there is a tick mark is there, that is the fields are mandatory. So how system knows that these are the mandatory, these are not mandatory? Again, it depends on the field reference. Okay, in this field reference, you are doing that which field it is mandatory, which field is not mandatory. So let's go with that. So this field reference, if you want to define, you go back, go back, okay, and go to field selection. Here you can see that there are the fields control. Okay, so the first step is, okay, there are some of the fields they are creating as a group, because individually every field level if I want to select, that is very difficult because I have 1 lakh fields are there in the MetaMaster card. Say everything if I need to be select one by one, it's very difficult. So what they did, the SAP which it did, they created the group. Okay, so if I created, suppose I have created a group, the group having that multiple fields. Okay, multiple fields, like if suppose one group it is there, 0001 group is there, or maybe one group is there, group number one. In the group number one, what will be having, there is a gross weight, okay, and net weight and weight unit. Okay, so that means if I selected to go, if I selected one group, group number one, okay, whatever the fields it is there, if I selected in the group one, it's a mandatory the field, then all these fields are mandatory. Okay, so if I select, suppose one group is, if I selected one group, in this one group for FERT, I just mentioned that mandatory. I just mentioned that mandatory. That means in this one group, group number one, this group number one having that, what are the fields? It is there, gross weight is there, net weight is there, weight unit is there, all it is mandatory for this FERT. So without entering the gross weight, without entering net weight, without entering the weight unit, a system not accepting to create. Okay. So the system is giving that different groups. So field selection group. Assign the fields to field selection group. Clear?
Yes.
Okay, if I'm just go inside that, you can see that there is a different fields are there against the field groups are there. Okay, against the field groups are there. Okay, if I'm selected that, suppose let's say I'm selecting that cross weight. Let's see cross. Okay, so can just I'll go inside. You can go anywhere of the inside. Okay, so these are the purchasing info record related. I will go to Mara. You have to select a Mara actually. Just go to Mara. Okay, and MATNR. I'll just put that MATNR or whatever it may be. Okay, just go here. These are the Mara related. Okay, I'll just go with one if it is there. Okay, in this one, the field selection group one have base unit of measure and unit of measurement text. So these two are the mandatory. If I selected the group one have the these two fields. One is base unit of measure and another one is unit of measure. Then you can see in the below, these are the field references. These field references where I assigned, if you remember that in the material type I assigned, right? In the material type I assigned this field reference. Did you remember that? In the OMS2, each material type having the one field reference. Where is the FERT? Okay. In the FERT, if I just go to inside, then I can see that FERT is my field reference. Okay. So then I can go to FERT here again. Okay, so this is the FAR. So this field reference it is selected like a optional. Okay, that means whenever you created this material type with this material type, whenever you created a material master record, the system will be obviously these fields are optional fields. Okay, so like you have the multiple field selection groups are there. Each field selection groups have the different materials are there. Okay, if I just go to 11, okay, what will come 11? Whole material number. Okay, so this whole material number is optional entry. Okay, again if I go to like which material, if I want to go, I'll just go with this one G 16 group. In 16 group having the gross weight unit, net weight, splitting indicator, all these fields are there. So all these fields are mandatory. If I selected that, if I selected for this field selection group, if I selected as a required entry, okay, then when you creating the material number with this material type, okay, now just now we have created, right? Let's see, now just now it is optional entry. If you consider the optional entries, right, these are all optional. This is the material type MART, which I created a FERT material type. Okay, now what I'm trying to do, I'll just select that mandatory. I'm just putting that optional entry or it's required entry. Okay, I'm just putting required entry. So what will happen in this group, having that what are the fields are there, all these fields are mandatory. Gross weight, weight, nudity. Now let's go with that. MM01. So what is the material type? What is the material type?
FERT.
FERT. So this FERT which is assigned to field reference FERT, that FERT having that mandatory field, required entry, which is like this is the FERT. Okay. Now let's go select. Okay, and select. Now see here, you are getting this fields are mandatory.
Yes, we
Before
have
that
to.
it is optional. Before that it is optional. Now it's mandatory. Clear?
Got it.
Okay. So like it will be set up the material, set up the fields. It is a mandatory. So you can select that whether you want to be hide. You don't want to display that, or you want to be display only. But you cannot do anything. Required entry. You can put that is mandatory. You have to be select that value. Optional entry. It is like a you can select. You can enter or not enter. It's optional for you.
So this whatever I see, field name and short description, can we change that? Or in FART, these are the things available, and all we are or field wise, we can change the this display height, require entry.
Oh, no, I didn't. That's what, right? We have 1 lakh meters. How many groups will create?
Oh yeah, right.
1 lakh fields are there. How many you can create? So you can create your own group and you can select if you want to.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's not suggestible, right? Because 1 lakh fields are there. 1 lakh groups you cannot create, right?
Right. Right. Right.
Okay. Because this is just 4 digits, 3 digits, 4 digits are there. Field selection. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the way you can control the field selection. Okay. So again, that field reference you are assigning in the material type level. Okay. So you got the point, right? So here when you creating a material type, it's already open somewhere. Okay, it's already open. Okay, so in this material type, this field reference it is there. This field reference is assigned the groups. What are the groups which you're putting like optional, mandatory, hide, display? That it will be works. Clear? So this is the field reference. Clear? Field controls like field mandatory, optional, hide, or you can say display. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the one control. Okay. Now I'll be going with the account category reference. Okay. Evaluation class account. You can see here there is a account category reference which is assigned for the material type. Okay. So how it is assigned? Okay. There is a configuration for the automatic account determination. I'll just show you that. Okay. How it will works. But in future we'll discuss about the automatic account determination. How to create that. Okay. I'll just go to material management. Okay. Then I'll go to valuation and the account estimate. Then I'll go to account determination. And I'll go to account determination without widget. Then you can see here define the valuation classes. Okay. So the first you have to be create that what is the account category reference. Okay. You can create a number of account category reference. Then you can create your valuation classes. This valuation classes is assigned to account category reference. That means if I have the what is the account category reference it is there in the OMS2 now for the FERT material. For FERT material, there is a account category reference is 0009. Okay. So this 0009, such the 0009. Okay. I'll just go to print. I'll just select account category reference filter. Then 0009, right? 0009.
Yes.
So this is a 0009. If I just go to 0009, you can see that this 0009 is assigned to multiple valuation classes. Okay, and number of valuation classes are assigned. Okay, now see this 0009 is assigned to valuation classes, right? Now if I created a material master record MM01, okay, and if I selected the material type FERT, because FERT is assigned account category reference 0009, okay, and 0009 having that multiple valuation classes here. Okay, now I'll go to accounting data and select that data which is required. Then now valuation classes are there, right? So now let's go to valuation classes. You can see that 1513, 2340, 27920, 79, all these things which is there here 1513, 2340, 7920, all these things. It is whatever it is displaying valuation classes, it is defined at account category reference to valuation classes. Clear?
Yes.
So account category reference is the mediator. It is the middle reference number which is connecting to valuation class, which is connecting to material type. Okay. So
Okay.
that means one material type. If suppose the material type is connected to account category reference, then account category reference is connected to multiple valuation classes. That is what we are getting the multi valuation classes here. The list of valuation classes how you are getting, it is defined here in the automatic account determination. Clear?
Yes.
So which valuation class it should be hit? Okay. So how it is impacted again this valuation classes? It is again based on the OBYC. If you remember that last time we are getting INT, GBB. Okay, there is not configured OBYC level. I just shown that to how to assign that the OBYC, right? If you remember that if I go to OBYC, slash and obyc. If suppose I'm getting the error bsx, okay, I just entered that material, this transaction event key chart of account, and here they are assigned that violation class value, right? So this is a violation class. Can see all these violation classes. So this valuation class we are assigned to GL account. So tomorrow when you are posting inventory, it will go to this GL account. Okay. Oh, if you are posting the the raw material which GL account it will go based on your valuation class. For your valuation class, which GL account you are assigned, that GL account will go. Clear?
So valuation class is linked with account and it is linked with GL account.
Yes. So the valuation classes is connected is the one factor which is helping to give that what GL account you want to post this inventory. Inventory account. It is like a BSX inventory account which GL account it should be posted. That option it is there in the GL account. So the valuation classes you are using purpose of to post the value into which GL account. Okay.
Yes, so that they can uh, pay or they are the liable for that cost.
It is inventory account. It's not liable for. This
Okay.
is inventory account. So tomorrow if I want to use a tomorrow finance team they want to see that the entire total raw material cost in my organization. So there are so many raw materials are there. Individual they cannot go, right. They can go with the GL account. Okay, this GL account have the 1 lakh pounds the value it is there. So I can say that okay we have total 1 lakh pounds of the raw materials cost it is there.
Yes.
It may be so many materials. It may be it may be grills. It may be nuts. It may be bowls. It may be anything which is raw materials. All these things, right? The entire raw materials. It will be posting into the one GL account. So this is a financial purpose.
Yes.
Clear?
Correct.
So this is the entire like okay done control city. Clear?
Yes.
And you can also see that the some of the other settings like okay you can see the cross plan material status. Okay, that means you initially when it is created material number, if you want to be blocked, then you can block for that material. Okay, so this is for the blocking purpose you can use this material types. You want to be block or something, you can block. And authorization, if you the authorization people, if they want to be given some authorization, you can enter that authorization group. Okay, the initial status, everything you can update like that. So these are the mandatory. Okay, so other than that we have uh, something which is like we have class type classes. This is for the classification purpose. Protection level, if they are defining the different grades, different design, if they want to do variant configuration, in that case they can use the class types and all. Okay, they want to be defined material types with different characteristics like sizes, colors, all these things, so they can define with class type. Okay, clear?
Yes.
So these are the mandatory. Whatever we did now, it is a mandatory here. Okay, this is the way the material type will be controlling. Clear?
Yes. These
Any
eight
questions still?
things.
These are the eight which is the mandatory high level. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, then I'll stop the class today. Okay, just practice this one. Whatever I just explained to you, just to practice that. Okay.
Yes.
Okay then.